the rising costs of utility services these days. However, did you know that you should incorporate in your family's blueprint for success ways to save money by investing in better ways to insulate your home and preserve the energy that you need inside? Is that correct? Welcome one of our wonderful sponsors. This is Bill Galaher of American Windows and Siding of Virginia. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
So why is something as simple as designing your windows or your doors something that every single family should look into and invest in?
Well, technology in the window and siding business is constantly evolving, just like technology, every industry across the board. And things are built more efficiently nowadays. With energy costs continuously rising, it's important that the windows are drafty, that they do open. That's a security issue and a safety issue as well. And industry statistics show that anywhere from 11 to 70% of energy loss could be through windows and doors in a home.
You know, this is important because if I remember getting tweets before you even came on, people knowing that you're coming on, because we talked what about you in the vlogs, and some little mouse let it out early that you're coming. So people were asking specific questions like, how will a person know if they may have an insulation problem?
Well, it's typically as easy. Every house is different. It really depends. The insulation, I always recommend an energy audit. Okay, first off. Okay.
What's an energy audit?
An energy audit will come out. They'll put negative pressure on the house and then take thermal imaging outside the house, and that'll tell you where the energy in your house is escaping from.
Wow.
It'll show warm areas at the top of the windows where the heat's getting out, and it's really quite informational and relatively less expensive than replacing your windows off the bat if you don't know that's where you're losing the energy from. So
thermal imaging.
Yeah.
I don't know. I start thinking of, don't they do that also? Never mind. I was going to say when they're trying to prove that you have a ghost in your house and something like that. So when homeowners invest in better roof systems, how does it save them money in the long run?
Well, the roof's a funny thing. Your entire investment's underneath it. Okay? It protects everything that you own is under that roof. Okay?
And care about.
That's correct. And so when is it too late? If the roof has more foot traffic, if you've had the cable guy up there, 5 times and your gutters have been cleaned out twice a year for 10 years, foot traffic breaks down roofing very quickly. Also, if the roof leaks, then you're a drywall and a paint guy too. So, when is it too late to get the roof done?
And so what justify this added expense for my listeners? Because some of them are saying, well, yeah, but it costs so much.
Well, that's true. As energy costs rise, as we just talked about, I mean, when oil went up, it tripled 5 years ago, and it took about 90 days for it to catch up with manufacturing. And then the roof shingles, they shot through the roof overnight. I mean, literally, they tripled. And labor rate keeps, the labor rates keep going up as well. Insurance costs are more, and so that's why it's becoming a more of an expense than.
So how often should a person even look at having their roof, checked out?
Every situation is different. I recommend, an inspection. Most roofers will come out and do an inspection for free. It's different. The sealants have all kind of become polyurethane sealants, and roofing cements used less and less. And so, if it was done in the last 20, 25 years, it's probably time.
Now, this is a fantastic question that came in one of my emails, and they said, how will a consumer know if the company that they are purchasing from, that their siding is made of quality products?
Well, you want to deal with somebody you can trust, so I always recommend using, finding a contractor through like an Angie's List, or somebody that's your peers telling you an opinion on a contractor, okay? Industry statistics show 95% of all home improvement contractors will go out of business in the first 5 years, okay?
And you didn't?
No, that makes us even prouder to be here for the past 20. So
that says a lot.
Installation is the backbone of any product. You can buy the most expensive siding on the market, and if it's installed wrong, then really you're throwing.
Feels good.
Now this is also something really important, and we thank you so much for your sponsorship, especially of Aloha's, because these are the listeners and the people who are watching the show all over the country. This is what they care about, is a lifestyle of health and sustainability. Please explain to us, because we already know that you care very much, and that your business, as a part of this better blueprint for business success, is that you give back to the community.
it's always important to give back to the community. I mean, if it wasn't, our shop is 2 miles from where I went to high school. So we're very active in the community. We grew up where we're from. We know the people in it, and they're our friends. And so most of our customers, we either have met at church or something like that. But it's very important, even to sponsoring youth teams. It's very important to be involved in the community and establish that trust with your consumers.
And you don't have to be a big multi-million-dollar company like yours to do that, right?
No. Maybe I'm missing a zero. I think I missed a zero somewhere along the way.
Well, thank you so much for being here. And we love what you guys do. It has helped us do so many things like sponsor our troops when they come back to the area, because we love them and they sacrifice so much. And if it wasn't for our sponsors, and you need to get ones that care about what you're doing as well, because we need that. LOHAS, or living a life of health and sustainability, is not only good for the environment,